In a letter to Attorney General Pam Bondi, Director Bill Pulte says James appears to have falsified records in order to meet certain lending requirements and receive favorable loan terms.
So one of the crazy people, these leftist lunatic activists that overtook our government, that was trying to put Donald Trump in jail for 2 years, is New York's Letitia James. You remember Letitia. She was trying to destroy all Donald Trump's businesses, make sure that he was in jail, they wanted to get him off the ballot, all of the stuff. We've got a couple tweets from Letitia. These are older tweets, and then you'll see why we're talking about her again. Here's Letitia. She said, Donald Trump lied about his net worth on his statements of financial condition to get loans for much better terms than he should have. Now, let's pause for a second, because you remember that one, right? Here's a little bit more of some of the things that she's been up to for the last year or two. And again, you will see why we are talking about her in just a moment, because irony, or let's say comeuppance, is a beautiful thing. Take a look.
This case has never been about politics or personal vendetta or about name-calling.
This illegitimate president who sits in the White House. That president, because he's not my president, he's an illegitimate president. His days are numbered. His days are numbered.
This case has never been about politics or personal vendetta or about name-calling.
We've got to get ready to mobilize, and we've got to get ready to agitate and irritate until victory is won, but more importantly, until Trump is defeated.
This case has never been about politics or personal vendetta or about name-calling.
Bring him down.
Oh, interesting, lady. You think Donald Trump's his days are limited? His numbers are limited? Yeah, well, he's got about 300 more of them, so you got that wrong. You'll see almost why we're getting there. Here's just a bit more on her about the rule of law.
That simple but fundamental pillar of our democracy, that the rule of law applies to all of us, equally, fairly, and justly.
Now you ready for this, guys? The rule of law applies to all of us. Remember a moment ago when she claimed that Donald Trump inflated his value so that he could get a mortgage that he didn't deserve, right? That's the, I have $200 million, give me that $135 million house. Well, now Letitia James done the same thing.
And now the Trump Justice Department may be a pain in her you-know-what. The Angle has obtained shocking allegations leveled by the Trump administration against New York Attorney General Letitia James. The Federal Housing Finance Agency has sent a criminal referral to the DOJ accusing James of mortgage fraud. In a letter to Attorney General Pam Bondi, Director Bill Pulte says James appears to have falsified records in order to meet certain lending requirements and receive favorable loan terms. He cited a property in Virginia that she's allegedly claimed as her principal residence and a property in New York that she claimed as a 4-unit structure instead of the required, instead of a 5, which Pulte says means she was able to get a different type and more favorable loan. Joining me now is Jonathan Turley, Fox News contributor and law professor at GW University. Jonathan, mortgage fraud is rampant in the United States. There's all sorts of fraud that's rampant. There's disability fraud that they've vowed to crack down on in the Trump administration. But this is another thing that they have vowed to crack down on because it costs real money. Your reaction to these allegations?
Well, obviously, the irony is perfectly crushing. This is a person who prosecuted Trump for everything short of ripping a label off a mattress. And among the charges that were brought in New York, in not just the civil but the criminal case, was making false or misleading statements to financial institutions. And one of these sections, Section 1014 of the federal code, is prosecuted. It took me about 60 seconds of a search to find cases that the Department of Justice brought against people who falsely claimed that property was their principal residence in order to get loans.
So do you get what this woman did? She did exactly what she accused Donald Trump of. She did exactly what she was trying to throw Donald Trump in prison for, allegedly. And yeah, we've got a little bit more info on that. This is from Tired of Being Politically Correct on the Twitter machine. This document shows Letitia James had a $625,000 mortgage in 2017 on a home that had a tax-assessed value of around $450,000. Is this not exactly what she's accusing Trump of doing? Why would you need a mortgage larger than the value of the house? Well, I'm going to have to think about that. Let's be real. Losing weight isn't just about looking good. It's about taking back control of your health. Right now, 42% of American adults are classified as obese, and obesity is directly linked to serious conditions like heart disease, diabetes, stroke, and cancer. If you've tried diets and workouts with no results, it's not your fault. Big food and big pharma have made it nearly impossible, flooding you with conflicting info and setting you up to fail. But here's some good news. The wellness company just dropped a revolutionary GLP-1 peptide oral formula developed by their chief medical board to boost metabolism, curb cravings, and help you lose weight. That's right, no injections and none of the severe side effects we're seeing from some of the popular alternatives. Just add drop to water, gradually increase the amount over time, and let your body do the work. Right now, you'll get $75 off plus free shipping when you head over to twc.health/Rubin and use code Rubin at checkout. Take action today for a healthier tomorrow.